Hi everyone, my name is Steven and I'm a data guy. I like, analyzing data and bringing insights from data. I analyzed a particular data yesterday. Um, you know, a data I downloaded from Cargo. Cargo.com is a website where, they have so many data sets you can work on, both clean, unclean, for modeling, whatever it is. So I downloaded a particular, oops, I downloaded this particular data set is an online shop customer sales data. So the data is about customer sales for an online store. So this is the dictionary about the data and everything, and I already downloaded I downloaded the file already. This is the file here. So this is how the file looks like after downloading it. This is how the file looks like. It has 65,000 plus records in it. This is the consumer sales data set. This is everything. And just looking at it like this, I don't think you can get any insights from it because everything just doesn't look straight, doesn't look comprehensible. All we are seeing are those numbers. Everything. I don't think if you give anyone this data, they will be able to make meaning from it. But here comes the data analyst, Steve. So after downloading the site, I did the cleaning. I did the cleaning with Python. So I'm gonna take us to the file now. I use Jupyter Notebook actually. Some people use VS Code, but I learned with Jupyter Notebook, and I enjoy using it. So here we are. So I worked on the file already. So I worked on the file already, so there's no issue with it. So this is just the header of the notebook, and now this is the dictionary for the colons. It's very important to understand what these colons are talking about. So that's where um, the dictionary comes in place. So looking at everything, we can see what it signifies. So gender 0 signifies male, 1 signifies female. So just checking around the dictionary, we'll be able to understand it more. But cleaning it, we can't just before making meaning from each colon or each row, we have to go back to the dictionary. No, we have to be able to look at our table and bring out insights from it without having to refer to another set of dictionary somewhere else. So that's where I think we need to clean. So firstly, I imported the table to pandas. I imported pandas, and then I imported, or I read the file via pandas, and then I'm able to see the colons here and everything. Just like what I said at the first instance. I said we can make meaning from it like this without having to refer to the dictionary, and it's kind of stressful. That way can't really make us make meaning from it. So I had to check the shape first to see how many rows and columns. So I saw that we have 65,796 records inside this table, and then 12 columns. So I checked the info to see if there are null values, and I saw that there are no null values here, you know. And most of these columns are in ints, floats, which is can't really give us the meaning we want. But one thing we know for sure is that there are no null values here, because everything is uniform. Everything is 65,796, Are they being their null values? Yeah, you know, um the null value count will reduce. You understand? So the non null count, sorry, will reduce. So for that, the values in some of the columns are not expressed understandably, which makes the content readable for better understanding when exploring. Also, they need to be in the right data type. So that's what I did. So according what the table, the colon and um working on first is the gender colon, because if we check it, the customer ID is supposed to be an int, and is orderly. The age is supposed to be an int and it's orderly, but the gender is supposed to be a male or a female. According to the dictionary, 0 represents male and 1 represents female. So to get that, we have to just change it outrightly. Change it from bits, which is zeros and one, to the actual string value, which is male or female. So to do that, I defined a function gender and applied it to the colon. So I told the function that wherever you see one, replace it with, though there's an easier way to do it. There's a more easier way to do this. I can just replace it straight up. But I find myself using I find myself defining functions more because I just enjoy doing it. It just feels like I'm creating life into something. So that's why I if I can also use the lambda function to do this. That's another reason why I like Python, the Python language. There is no singular way of getting to or getting an output. You can get an output using 6 or 8 different ways. So you can't just know a particular way and say yes, you know it all. There are different ways to do this. So I'm choosing this definition of a function way, which I gave my reasons why already. So I told the function that wherever you see 1, replace it with female. Wherever you see 0, replace it with male. And then I applied that function to the colon. And now if we check it now, we'll see that everything is in place now. If we check gender, you see the zeros have been changed to male, the ones have been changed to female. So now everything is orderly. So after that, the next column, which is the revenue total, you can see that the revenue, well, I guess that's not what I did initially. Well, I'm still going to come back to it. So the next one I treated is the date, which is this purchase date. If you look at it, it's going to be in a string format. It's going to be in an object data type. Sorry, it's going to be in an object data type. But no, we can't have a date in an object data type. It's not going to be accurate if we're doing any kind of visualization with it. So what we have to do is to change it to a date time data type. So that's what I did here. I did pandas dot to date time, and then I imputed the colon I want to change to date time, which is the purchase date. So after doing that, automatically it fixes everything and changes it to the date time data type. You can see it over here, date time 64. So I'm done with the purchase date colon. So now if we check it here, we can see it here. This is the purchase date colon here. And we can see the records in it are accurate. So the next in line was for me to change the pay method, which talks about the payment method, the payment method the customers use. So according to the dictionary, 0 represents digital wallets, 1 represents card, 2 represents PayPal, and 3 represents order. So that's what we'll see here. If we didn't do these changes, we can't have it at the back of our mind that 1 represents this, 2 represent that. We have it mixed up, and we can't make any valid decision with that kind of irregularity and inconsistency between the bits and numbers in each columns, because all, in fact, 60% of the colons have, their records written in zeros or ones, or 1 2 3, that kind of thing. So the inconsistency in what they mean can make us make valid decisions. So that's why I had to clean it by, putting the actual values and what they represent. So is ticked, and then we can make valid decisions from that particular claim table. So I just like we did with this colon here, we also define a function for the method, and then tell our method what to change. So I told the function I defined, which is method. I told method that wherever you see 0, change it to digital wallet. Wherever you see 1, change it to card. Wherever you see 2, change it to PayPal. Wherever you see 3, change it to order. That's just what I told this method, and then I applied this method function to the colon, and then instantly it worked. Now if we check the head here, instead of saying 1 0 0 1 2 3, now we can see what it actually represents. Card, PayPal, different stuffs like that. So another thing, after seeing how this works and everything is going on fine, the next column to treat is this time spent. If you just look at this column without any prior research, and you just look at it, the first thing that will come to your mind is time spent. 885. What does 885 represent? Does it mean 8 p.m.? Does it mean 5 minutes past 8? There's no quick understanding in that particular column. So, but initially, what this column talks about is the seconds. The seconds. That's what it represents. So now this represents 885 seconds. This represents 600. And if we like, we can change it to minutes. There's a way of, I can define a function actually to change it to minutes, but I think I'm fine with the seconds. So, but then how will a layman know this is talking about the seconds? It can't. So the best thing to make the layman know that this is talking about seconds is just to change the column name from time spent to time spent in seconds. So when they see it as time spent in seconds, they know that, okay, this is talking about the time spent in seconds. So I had to rename the colon, DF will rename colons, and then I changed it from time spent to time spent in seconds, and I changed it immediately. And now if we check the colon, if we check the head of the colon, we can see that if we check the head of the table, we can see that the column time spent have been changed from time spent over here to time spent in seconds. So now when a layman sees this particular column, is going to know, okay, 885 seconds, 656 seconds, 761 seconds. It builds more understanding, quick understanding, basically. So the next thing to talk about is the browser. 0, according to the dictionary again, 0 represents Chrome, Google Chrome. 1 represents Safari. 2 represents Edge. 3 represents Other. So this is the inconsistency I was talking about. Initially, 0 1 2 3 in other columns, like the pay method column. 0 1 2 3 represents digital wallet, card, PayPal, and Other. But now 0 1 2 3 represents Chrome, Safari, Edge, and Other. So how can you say you have this particular kind of table with that inconsistency in you? You can't make a valid, or you can't even make a decision. You understand? So I told my defined function, which is browser, and I told browser that wherever you see 0, change it to Chrome. Wherever you see 1, change to Safari. Wherever you see 2, change it to Edge, and wherever you see 3, change it to Other. So I applied browser to this column, which is the browser column, and then now we can see everything is changed, to the actual form. If we check the head of the table, Chrome, which was formerly 0, has been, changed to its actual self. So now we do that same method to the remaining 2 columns, which is the newsletter and voucher. Now we define a function because according to the dictionary, 0 represents not subscribed, um, and 1 represents subscribed. So we define a function news and told news that wherever it sees 0, it's not subscribed. Wherever it sees 1, it's subscribed. So and I applied it the same way for the voucher. After doing that, I now realize what after changing them to the actual values, we can see that everything is now okay here. But then I realized something again. This revenue total and this purchase value, how can we know the currency we are talking about? Because it could mean anything. It could mean 45 $3. It could mean 36 pounds to 36 pounds. It could mean 10 naira. It could mean 54 cedis. So it's just best to make all these little things count, which is exposing what they actually mean. I like to clean a particular data to the extent that even if a layman sees it, they will be able to make little sense from it. How the table initially, when I downloaded it, it was filled with 0, 1, 2, 3, with inconsistent meanings. If you give a layman that, it's going to, in fact, it's going to drop it and say, no, I don't want to look at this anymore. But then, bringing into the data analyst like myself or anyone else, if they see that particular table, they know, okay, this particular table needs cleaning and it needs to be simplified for more understanding. So that's what we do as data analysts. So in that instance, I'm going to have to change the column name from being just revenue total to revenue total with the actual currency it's in. So according to the information about the data set, it's in euros. The currency is in euros. So I changed the revenue total to revenue total in euros, and purchase value to purchase value in euros. So if you check the table now, you can see that the column revenue total is 9 euros, and this is in euros, and with that the table is clean. Okay, why this is bringing an error is because I ran the old cells again. When I load the Jupyter notebook, I reran it, and I already have the clean data. Table already, so I can't have two clean data table. The only thing that will make it work is if I change the name or I delete the previous one. So I don't really need that, so it doesn't matter if it's showing error. So with that we have a clean table, and the clean table is over here. The clean data. Can you see it? I'm trying to. Okay. It was previously saved with clean data, so now that's why it's not saving over here, because it's over here. The clean data is over here. So now we have our clean table now over here. Have our clean table over here. Now if a layman sees this particular table, it can tell us a little bit of what it signifies. A layman can see this table, this column, and say, this is a gender column talking about male or female. This is a revenue column. This is a number purchase column. This is a date column. You can understand it perfectly. Pay method. This is card, PayPal, digital wallet. Time spent in seconds. Oh, this is time spent. Those simplifications is what matter the most. So my next video, I'm going to visualize this data with Power BI and then explain it better. Turn the visualizer, make it a dashboard a customer sales dashboard, a simplified customer dashboard that gives meaning to anyone. So with that, watch out for my next video, and then